The election of ANC NEC members has sidelined organised labour and led to the collapse of the party's non-racial character. No active trade unionists have been elected, while only 2 coloured people and 1 white person form part of the committee. The SA Communist Party retained significant representation with 3 members on the committee, but the loss of diversity and organised labour is a disappointment, which the governing party says it will address. Govan Whittles reports.
COSATU says the failure by ANC branches to nominate any of their representatives to the National Executive Committee is not a major issue, but it is disappointing.
It's not a major problem for us. The ANC, COSATU, the SCCP are all independent alliance partners. We all have leadership structures, so not too much worried about that. Yes, we had previously taken resolutions that COSATU members should flood the ranks of the ANC and SCCP to help influence the policy directions. That hasn't always bear the fruit that we would have liked to have seen, especially on the issue of the policy, discourse and implementation more critically.
Without a representative on the NEC, the Trade Union Federation says it will have to lobby the ANC through NEDLAC and alliance gatherings.
I think for us the most critical thing has been to engage in all the platforms available to us. That is the alliance leadership structures. It's also NEDLAC, it's also Parliament, it's in the public discourse as well, and in the different bargaining councils and so forth. So that remains. I think for us it's about the quality of the engagements and to also make sure we hold government accountable for its policies, for its implementation and so forth.
One analyst describes it as a setback that may be COSATU's fault.
It's a serious loss that COSATU does not have representation in the NEC, considering that at least they've been trying to hold the ANC accountable in terms of ideology and policy. When the ANC was kind of going off the track, according to COSATU, they would intervene. And I think in this context, it means that that relationship is gradually dying.
The NEC election also failed to yield a diverse outcome, with Barbara Creasy, Tina Juma-Peterson and Phoebe Potgieter the only representatives from the minority groups. The party's Secretary General says they're studying the outcome and will address it.
We're given an option to co-opt. So look at minorities. Are we well represented in that front, in the NEC, the alliance, and all of that? We're going to look into that. So after the adoption of the Constitution, use the co-option, therefore, we can use it to balance the National Executive Committee.
The process of co-opting people who were not elected into the NEC happens at the first 2 meetings of the party's top structure, which is expected after the January 8 statement in Mangaung in the Free State. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Govan Whittles in Johannesburg.